Hey folks, Dakota Guy here. Today we're going to take a look at the new game Godus. Now this is in beta 1.2. I just got my hands on it last night with the Kickstarter beta key, and I've got a few hours into it. Let's take a look at it. Played about 5, Steam says, last night, and I'm not really sure if I like it yet or not. How's that? Obviously, I must like it enough to put the 5 hours in. So let's take a look. So what is Godus? First off, I can't show you from the beginning because it will not let you reset your game. Again, any complaints may be fixed because, again, beta can't be too awfully critical of it. Godus is the game that comes from Peter Molyneux's company, and there was some dislike on the Kickstarter when it came out. Basically saying why does Peter Molyneux need to use Kickstarter when he's got lots of money, kind of going against the spirit of Kickstarter. And I'm not going to disagree with those values at all. Anyway, I loved Populous, and so I was eager for a title like it. I may have been a little pie in the sky, when I contributed, but I'm glad I did. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be here otherwise, but it is what it is, right? So, Godus is supposedly like a game similar to Populous in the sense that there's these little people in here, and you're basically a god and can do different things. And I cannot build the house directly, but you'll notice when this little flag on the house, I can click it and a little guy will come out, and he'll run off to whatever is the closest thing for him to do. So there's these plots of land, which I do not lay out the plots either. I simply give enough flat space and these plots will pop up. So like over here, we have a larger plot and a smaller plot. I can maybe get this one larger if I use my left mouse button and I drag the land over a little like this. Or alternatively, I can double click and see how that one popped up right there. Let's try and get this gray stuff over there. There you go. And to see, now that buzzed up into a 3 level. If I double right click, I can tell it to shrink back. And a lot of these functions grow as you get more, worshippers. So let's take a look at the interface since we're talking about that. In the upper left-hand corner, let me get it out of the snow. There we go. We have our little belief value up here, and these are how many guys we have. And this is the goal for the next level, is the 2,000. Down here in the lower left, in the pink, this is how much God belief power I have. Okay, mana, whatever you might want to call it. They're referring to as belief. And on these houses, the inside worshippers, after they worship for a little while, they get these little globes over your head. You just click them. There's a lot of clicking in this game, I cannot lie. And if you listen as I'm clicking it, it does a little tune, and I don't know if you can see it, but the more clicks you do and the quicker as they go, you get a bonus. If you let a little pause go in, then you'll lose that momentum that was going with it. Now, it shouldn't surprise you that there's going to be a ton of clicks in this. Remember, the project that Peter Molyneux's company did prior to this was Curiosity on the iPad, which was nothing but a click-a-thon marathon, basically. That was the expose the cube, get the pictures, last one to expose the square gets a fabulous prize. Okay, right. So, this is definitely in that vein, because basically the reason they did the Curiosity was they according to Peter Molyneux, which again, believe what you want to believe from Peter, is a way they wanted to test the servers for the number of clicks, because Godus is going to be very much a coexisting world with other players. Again, it's early beta, hard to say what all is going to actually happen. Remember, Peter tends to, based on his history, you know, based on what he's done in the past, tends to have a lot of grand ideas, and they don't always pan out, but I mean, you know what, you gotta have a leader with dreams, I guess, right? And so I'm not gonna fault him for that. I never really faulted him like some people do, making promises that he just can't meet, because my gosh, that it wouldn't be the first one like that. So if you've been watching as I've been clicking the houses, my belief is going up, which is again basically my currency to do any of my powers. And yes, I have a few houses. Now there's some things that you get later in the game, like you can build this statue, and it collects, see these roads on the ground? It collects the belief from all those houses, so I don't have to. So when I click it, I get all that belief. That was like 8,000 whatever. Now this game was designed definitely with the iPad in mind, or you know, any of those clicking interfaces, not necessarily Apple, but definitely in the target of the Apple iPad, because up here they want to make it a free-to-play game. I don't know how they're going to do it on the PC, because you can build these diamonds in-game, and they're saying that basically the currency is just going to be, you know, for those that want to speed up the game or to cheat in essence. And I certainly believe that. I mean, that seems reasonable as well. You know, unfortunately it's a trend a lot of the places are going with their free-to-plays. So I would basically have been able to get 4 of these statues out. The next statue is going to cost me 100 diamonds, and I do not have the diamonds built up or a good way to gather them just yet. But I haven't expanded a lot yet. Well, I have expanded quite a bit, but not enough to get the things that I need. Alright, so going back to the interface on the left hand side, oh, by the way, moving around the screen, WASD on that. They don't have the mouse scroll, which is a little weird, a little adjusting to. On the left hand side, if I click these double arrows, these are some of my other god powers that come up. So sculpting land is the very first thing you get, and you know, we've covered that, you know, pulling the land back and things of that nature. Well, so now when you want to get your people going a certain place, like for example, right here is a little thing that I want them to build. I'll get 200 extra belief. It's just like this, except it hasn't been built yet. So you'll notice it's up the hill, and I've kind of made my land where they can get up there. But so I want to get them up there. So what I want to do is I'm going to place my tower, and I'm going to left click to place, right click to move it. So I'm going to right click right there, and you'll notice it activated automatically. So now let's come back over here. Let's click some houses, and let's set a few people out. Oh dear. This is a multiplayer temple, and that pulled that up. I'll have to review to see if I have to cut that. My Steam friends came up, which was not my intention. Alright, so I've knocked on some doors, told them, come on, we got some stuff to do, and because I have the temple activated, they should be heading towards it. Now, I don't know what the dealio is here. They seem to be having trouble getting there. Now, my other complaint is I'm reforming the stairs. I really thought I had the stairs. Is the other complaint I have with the game is it's a little tricky. There they go. A little tricky moving the land exactly where I want it, because you can do the double clicks. You can also, like I said, drag it, but it doesn't really always click or stay where you want it to. Alright, now that I've got everybody up there, let me go ahead and deactivate the tower. And so all these people that are in this area are now going to go to work. Let me close up the side menu for a moment. Now all these people that are on the temple, they should be working on this house, but kind of almost looks like they're stuck somehow. You know what? I think they're working on that, working on the temple thing, that I wanted them to. That's why they're all bunched up there. I'm trying to right-click on it to give you... let me show you on something that's already built. Scroll wheel, by the way, scrolls in and out. Alright, well, I thought there was a right-click menu on this to tell you, what it does. But it gives you 200 belief. But the more importantly, what it does is, once it's built, again, I think it may have, there it is. I've got 37 minutes for it to open, and it should give me 7 diamonds. I don't know if you saw that. There we go. Alright. 7 diamonds. I haven't been able to get over the 50, and I've opened some of these up. But once this goes, all of this kind of white area, that's not snow. That's like a fog of war, basically. It does not allow me to build in there. I can move stuff in this colored zone over here. This will open this area up. And I want over there for a couple different reasons. Let me zoom in here. Do you see these like papers flying up? Okay, for lack of a better, confetti. Alright, if I could work in that area, which I cannot because again of the white, there's a little chest there, and also here I can maybe get, I don't know that I can get to this one. It's a little too far out in my white area. Just kind of wanted to try and see if I could expose it. So anyway, you get these cards. Okay. These are tech advancements that you build up, and you get those by getting these little chests, which give you these resource cards. For example, the meat card, the plaster card, the animal furus. So if I click on it, basically it gives a little description. Animal furus are used, for clothing and furnishing, blah blah blah. And so if we take a look, clicky. So like on the first one here, okay, that was the settlements. I'm trying to see. Oh well, here I'll use one I haven't gotten yet. So you'll notice I needed several of these, which is the felt, some meats, and then this, which is light, probably something of that nature. And it can be found again somewhere randomly in these chests. Now, obviously, it's somewhat guided, so I mean, it tries to give me what I need so that I have more godlike powers the further I go. The further I expand. Also, the higher in my populace that I get up to, the more powers. And let's take a look at those powers that I have. So, we've covered the sculpting land, the activating and the moving of the towers, the settlements. That was the statue that I was talking about, the collecting, and you'll notice it's 100 diamonds for my next one. I can do a statue of speed, just makes them work a little bit faster. Beautify. That just spends 5,000 of my belief system. Let me go ahead and click it here. And if you take a look at the top of the screen, I'm on the timer, but it just beautifies the land because sometimes you'll hit zones that need a little more cleaning up, because they've got this kind of a blight on them. All right, so we got the little tower. You'll notice my guys went to working building the houses, and I got a card. Let's click it and see what I got. Ah, it's the land expansion. Excellent, good timing. I was a little afraid it was going to take longer, but I had so many people working on it. So okay, let's come over here and let's get that chest. By the way, I opened up the day-night cycles. That's why it's turning that way. Alright, so we got a clay resource. And that's going to go towards my clay for pottery. And if we come over here, I got to dig down. You'll never guess how you dig down. It's again more clickies. Clicky, 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 clicky. Again, I really don't know how I feel about the clicking. It's a lot of clicking, man. A lot of clicking. Oh, this is a nice deep resource. Great. Great. So, carpal tunnel might be an issue with this game. If you have it, I'd be very weary. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to do a shift to do the rotating of the screen here. And again, it snaps back, which is just annoying as all get out when you go to move. But I was trying to take a look, make sure I wasn't missing this little guy. Now I also have the power to move. Oh, God bless it. I can move large areas now. It was just something. There it is. Whoo, golly. Alright. So you have to get it deep enough to be able to click on the top of it. Another clay. Yay! Alright. So, these, to clear land, you left click the rocks, you left click the trees. To pull the land, you double right click, like this. Let's get rid of the tree, let's get rid of some rocks. Clicky, 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 clicky. Oh, I didn't mean to clicky that. Clicky, clicky. There's a lot of false clicks. I mean, a lot of false clicks. So, okay, here's some of that blighted land I was talking about. Oh, look, here's a chest that I can get to. Not too bad. You see those kind of confetti things above? I didn't realize that when I first started. So, I ended up burying a lot of my chests with my houses, and I had to go back and dig them up. My people were not happy, and I buried a lot of them. Not intentionally. Oh, here's the chest. Oh, there's the chest too. Alright. So let's plaster. Trying to think what else I need to show you guys right out of the gate. Again, there is multiplayer in this. A couple different ways. First off, this is the multiplayer temple. I think it's to invite friends. There's also, let me come over here, a little lag because the Mount of the Gods. This is where you can do against the computer or against other players. I did one. The first one was, they tried to make it look like a human, but you could tell it was the computer. It was a fertility shrine. And this is where you basically do the same game as you're doing right now, but under a time constraint against another person. It's basically to see who can get their people raised up and attack the other ones the fastest. So it's gonna boil down to a speed click game. Who can click the fastest, and not in a StarCraft kind of way, but more in a curiosity kind of way. So not sure that's my alley. I'm sure it's somebody's. I do kind of like this expansion and stretching of the land. That's kind of fun. Again, you can zoom in. Oh, and the houses do develop. So for example, when I first started out, they had these little tents like this one here on, right here in the center of my screen. And then they had the double houses, and then I unlocked, wood houses and then mud huts and stuff like that as they expanded as well. And I got more resources, more clicky. And that's pretty much Godus from Mullinex. I definitely say give it a try. I don't know. Well, I'll wrap it there because there's a phone call. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye-bye.